Hey!
Hey! We're here. Well, two of us. We're back.
Do it.
And I'm sick, but we're going to make it through.
We will make it through. We'll be okay.
We can work it out.
There we go. How about that?
Sure. All right, everybody. We're going to start episode 257.
257. Go to bed. So, what is Derek Frank says go to bed.
I want to go to bed, Derek, but I have to hustle. I have to flow. I have to, do my thing.
Huh.
You know what I'm saying, Derek. You know what I'm saying. Gotta do my thing, and then I get to
The
the bed.
thing, right?
Happy Alice Day when Chester took it away.
No.
He meant to say Life Day, I think. Happy Life Day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that. All right. We'll see how long my voice will hold out.
Yeah.
I did not get COVID, which we'll talk about that in a minute. But I got whatever my daughter gave me. Kids. All right. Are we ready?
We're ready.
All right. In 3. Hello, welcome to I Am Geek. This is episode 257. I'm Ryan, joined by my good pal, Katrin.
Heyo.
Chris is off fixing a laser because
he's
is an
he's a real genius.
Evil genius. He's fixing a laser right now for the business.
The thing is, they've got this house that they're filling with popcorn, and they're going to shoot it with the laser, and popcorn's going to go everywhere. It's this big elaborate joke, and
is he going to try to take over the tri-state area?
That's right.
Happy Life Day.
Happy Life Day,
today,
everybody.
the day that we are recording this. We're live on YouTube. iamGEEKshow on YouTube every Thursday night, or most Thursday nights. It is Life Day, and if you don't know what Life Day is, then you're probably not listening to this show. But it's a Star Wars holiday. It's sort of like their Christmas. It took place, the first time we heard of Life Day was on the holiday special, the Christmas special, the Star Wars 1978, I think.
Sounds about right.
Star Wars had came out. It was a big hit. And then they put out a Christmas special that was very different.
Not a hit.
Now it's a cult classic, I guess you'd say.
Yeah, you can call it that. Sure.
Yeah. But the Wookiees, they wear their red robes. They carry their orbs, their Life Day orbs. And then Carrie Fisher sings a song to them, and that's Life Day. I left my red Snuggie downstairs. I was going to wear it. I told my wife that we went on a field trip today at the kids' school, and I was like, "It's Life Day. We're all wearing our red cloaks, right?" And she's like, "No, that's so weird." I'm like, "Come on, let me wear my red cloak." And then my daughter was like, "I'm going to wear red." And I picked out a red dress for my wife to wear, but she didn't wear it.
Oh.
She would not let me wear it. But listen, let me tell you, if I had wore the red cloak, I would have fit in, because this place was the most cuckoo bananas place I've ever been to. So they've been doing a lot of medieval stuff in history in school.
Yeah.
And we went to a castle. Now, we live in Texas.
Okay.
There's not many castles in Texas. But
not many there. Yeah.
They found a castle.
Maybe a White Castle. Do you have White Castles there?
I don't think we do.
We don't either. So
yeah. There was one across the street from one of the places we stayed at Disney. But we went to this castle, and we thought, okay, this is going to be some like museum type place or something, So I was late getting there because we had to take 2 cars because my wife had to go to Dallas afterwards. And I pull up and I just hear children like screaming and screaming, basically going crazy. So I round about and I see this castle in the middle of this field, surrounded by a moat, like an actual moat surrounding it. Had a drawbridge and everything. It was huge. It was a huge castle. I'm like, oh, this is interesting. So I go in and I don't see anybody. I find my mom, and she's like, you missed it. This place is crazy. This is just like so wild. She's like, we got here and there's this guy, and he's like, hey kids, gather around, and he handed them all like sticks, like 1x4s or whatever.
Okay.
Like hefty, like sticks that were not sharp on the end, but
yeah.
I don't know, like, you know.
Yeah, I got you. No, it's
one. No, one by.
You got it.
Not like to stick out of a tree, but something you would go to Lowe's for.
Steak or something, yeah.
Yeah. Hands all these kids these and says, go charge the castle. So there's all these kids with these sharp sticks running across this drawbridge over a real moat. And he's like, ladies, get out of the way. Here comes the kids. And then, so when I get there, there's people everywhere. I'm like, what is going on? So I find the kids and I'm running around with my son. And like there's like there's towers that they could climb up into that basically there's kids leaning out of the towers like 2-3 stories up in the air, just leaning out going, woohoo! Like this is a lawsuit. Wait, I mean, what? How many kids are going to die today? It's bizarre. And then we're running all over. They're looking for dragons because there's like little dragons everywhere. We go in this part of the castle, and there's this big bed and clothes hanging everywhere.
Oh.
And a little TV. And they're like, ooh, a bed, let's jump on it. I'm like, no. I think this dude lives here. He just lives here, and he opens up his castle house for children to run around in.
Oh, my. Sounds like Michael Jackson. Rest in peace.
Yeah, it gets better. So I'm like, let's get out of here, kids. This dude lives in here. This is like his bedroom / whatever. There's this other old guy wandering around, going up to the ladies in the group, the moms. Make sure you sign the guest book. I want all the pretty ladies to sign the guest book so I know where you're from. And then he sees me and he goes, oh, yeah, the guys can sign it too. I'm like, what is this place this school has found for us to go to?
Oh, my.
They have this big hamster wheel that the kids can climb in to make the drawbridge come up. Mm-hmm. And they're like, yeah, just climb up in there. Like, it was like a little rickety ladder they climbed up. It was, yes, Chris Hansen pops out. Yes, Derek. I was waiting for Chris Hansen to pop out and take somebody away. This place was so, and I saw one of the dads that I know, and I'm like, this place is cuckoo bananas. He's like, I know. I came across his bed. I'm like, I did too. He's like, his clothes and guitar was just sitting there. And I'm like, I know. What is this guy doing?
That is weird.
It was so strange. It was just, and he made them all lunch. And I'm like, don't eat that, kids. Let's not eat that. We'll go out to eat afterwards. So, yeah, it was weird. I don't think we'll be going back there. The kids had fun because they got to run around with sharp sticks and climb up in the towers.
Yeah, they didn't
know
the difference.
Yeah, but I'm looking around like, yeah, there's some shady creepy stuff going on down here.
Yeah, that's real weird.
Anyway, so that was the majority of my life day.
Yeah. Well, I spent mine working.
Well, no. I mean, I was working,
sitting in a desk.
I was working, keeping my kids alive.
Yeah, true. That is a job.
It's a hard job. Anyways, we went to IKEA after that, so that was even more fun.
That's even more fun with kids. They love that.
Oh, they jumped on all the beds there.
Oh, My son hates IKEA because,
My kids love it.
of course, we're right. But my son's at the age where he's not interested in walking around and looking at everything, and so we have to say, tell him, like, okay, we're just gonna go look at this. Don't freak out. It's like, just deal with it. But he used to like to go and try everything. Sit in all the couches that are uncomfortable.
My kids sit at all the desks, and I go, "Come on, let's go." And they're like, "We're working here. Can't you see?" And they're typing on the fake keyboards.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, you can work at home.
That's what's so crazy. Yeah. So my son, he's 11 years old, and we would go to Lowe's, and he always had to try all the mowers out. We go to Office Depot, he's got to try all the desks out. And now it's like, no, I'm just gonna stay here and play video games. So it's like he doesn't want to go anymore.
You want me to go outside? I
don't want to go outside. Too cool.
We'll get you something cool. No, just bring it back to me.
Just bring it back. Yeah, exactly. That's it. That's it.
Derek is in the comments has never been to an IKEA. We got to change that.
Not missing much. The one in Atlanta, and you may have been one that's similar, but the one in Atlanta is 2 floors.
Yeah.
So there's there's
2 floors. They're all two. I think they're all pretty much.
So ours
is
not in Memphis.
Oh.
Ours is pretty new.
Oh.
So they had all this land to build on, I guess, because there was nothing there. So yeah, that was just weird to me how they had the escalators that are not It's weird. It's like a treadmill escalator because it kind of inclines, right, and goes up. Because the idea is you can be able to carry your cart on there. That's the one.
Ours is a big escalator, and you got to get your cart once you go down again. It's weird.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, the one in Atlanta, it's in a weird spot, but yeah, they have these weird escalator things, so it's cool. But not in Memphis.
I got a new hat.
I saw that
Star Wars hat. Derek was with me. He told me to get it.
Official. Yeah. You almost look like you're in some kind of secret service or something. So.
Oh yes, it's a Jedi. It actually says Sith versus Jedi on it.
Oh, okay. It's cool.
Arabash. It's from Hero and Villains.
Yeah, Star Wars.
Anyways,
nice.
Hello, Kyber Curator. Welcome. I got a new crystal, Kyber Curator. It is a great hat. New crystal, little iamGEEK shop thing. I'm working hard. My office is a mess because I'm busy making the Skystone from Andor because I got some bunch of orders. But I do have another one that I'm working on because I fell in love with Tales of the Jedi. We need to talk about that one day. I love it. Dooku is now one of my favorite characters. I think his story was so cool. So I'll show you a sample of it. This is not the final thing, but this will be the new Fallen count. So it's like his Jedi and his Sith version. And I try to make it all regal, like royal looking. So you'll have to let me know in the comments. What do you think about it? Yes. We'll have to do an episode on that.
We were on a podcast this week 2. I don't know when it's going to actually go live.
Yes, on.
I know. I was trying to look it up.
Journey into Imagination.
Journey into Imagination, I believe, is what it's called. So, he's a new podcaster and reached out to us and wanted us to be on. So we said sure. We talked a little bit of Marvel, and he's a teenager. Yeah, he's got to be. We didn't ask. I mean, but he's either early in high school or late in middle school. But he's ambitious and doing a good job. So we'll once that gets posted, we'll put it out there. But we talked a lot about Marvel and what's happening now and what's going to happen. So it's a good show.
All right. So this. Oh, go ahead.
No, you're good. Go for it.
All right. I guess we'll get into the show.
Yeah.
We've been gone for 2 weeks, so we had to chat a little bit. We had to talk a little bit.
Yeah.
Make sure you let me know in the comments what you think of this.
I
want to know. Very important. So I know. So I just want to.
Yeah.
Okay. So I went to Florida, to Orlando, more specifically. I can't talk. the Disney World area. Went to a conference, the Thane conference. We got there. We got there on Halloween, so a few days early. The Thane conference was. I'll just start with the wonder. It was wonderful. It's one of the best conferences I've been to for creatives and entrepreneurs. It's every year. They have it there in Orlando, and then they also have one in Nashville, like a smaller version of it. But check out the Thane, Orlando.com, I think.
Sure.
Very good conference. Derek Frank was there. We had a great time. My wife spoke, and I ended up actually leading music.
There you go.
On Sunday morning because the person that was going to do it couldn't be there. So I got to break out the old
six string.
I had to borrow one from somebody. I posted on Facebook. Somebody got a guitar, and the guy I used to work with, he's working in Orlando now. He's like, "Oh yeah, I got one. Just come by and get it."
Yeah.
And you never know when somebody says, "Oh yeah, I've got a guitar you can borrow."
Yeah.
You never know. Is it going to be like Walmart First Act, or is it going to
First Act?
Yeah, it turned out it was a Taylor, so it was good. It was a nice guitar.
Yeah.
So it was good. I was like, when I was going to pick it up, I was like, oh, please be a guitar that's going to stay in tune. It was. So my wife was going to sing with me, like background stuff and stuff.
Yeah.
But she said, after she spoke, and we were going to go to Epcot and watch Boyz II Men
ABC
because they were at Epcot.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, I don't feel good, but you still go on. And let me tell you, Boyz II Men, they still got it. It was so
still
good.
Got it.
I didn't stay for the whole thing because it was really crowded, and my wife had lost her debit card, left it at a restaurant in Disney Springs, so I had to go get it. But man, they were good. Well, she wasn't feeling good. Next morning, she's like, I'm going to go to like a walk-in. She got COVID.
Oh, my goodness.
Right when I get there, she gets COVID. She hadn't had it before. And she was like, I just don't feel good.
I'm tired.
I feel really bad. And, yeah. And I'm like, oh, gosh. I'm like, you may have COVID. She's like, no. I'm like, okay. She got COVID. So the rest of the trip, and we were there for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
She had to be in a separate room away from us. She got to do nothing but sit in a hotel room. Somehow, I didn't get it, even though I stayed in the same hotel room.
Yeah.
But we weren't, the hotel room that they put us in for the conference had 2 beds. And we're like, we're just going to spread out. So maybe that's why. Yeah. Because we were saying, I don't know. But I was sitting by her the whole time during the conference, and I didn't get it.
Yeah.
I thought, well, I'm good. But then the end of the trip, my daughter got sick, and I took her to a walk-in. She had an ear infection, and I thought it was just an ear infection. Well, it turned out to be more than that, and she gave me her crud. So now I've got that. But anyway, so let me tell you, this trip, I'm going to try to be positive.
Yeah, we'll find the positive.
It was the most stressful trip to Disney World I have ever experienced. It was so stressful that by the end of it, I'm like, if this is the way Disney's going to be, I don't know if we'll be coming back with the family for a while. Now, I had fun with the kids. We had a blast. But it was just, well, first our flight was delayed, so we missed the whole first day of our trip. It was so delayed that they gave us like a bunch of credits for Southwest, which that's cool.
Yeah.
Missed the whole first day. My kids loved it because they got to trick or treat in the airports, which was
nice. Yeah.
Weird, but okay. And then we had to switch hotel rooms like 3 or 4 times, which is stressful. Because, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say that was part of your trip, though. You knew you were going to do some of that, right?
We knew We didn't know we was going to switch that many times.
Oh, okay.
The COVID sort of threw the wrench in things.
Yeah.
But we shouldn't have had to switch. We should have been in our DVC the whole time. But when we booked it, they didn't have all the dates available. So her parents came and we stayed at their timeshare thing. But I would look on, for some of the days I was looking to see if we can get something else. And the hotels, the resorts that we stay in for our DVC, you could go purchase a room. Like Saratoga Springs. I could go on Disney or whatever, Disney site, and get a room for $800 something, but I couldn't use my points on it. I'd have to pay them. I'm like, what's the point of having DVC if you're just going to sell it to other people? So that was annoying. The parks were really crowded. So the reservation system, that makes the experience good for everybody. But we still had fun. We did all the stuff the kids wanted to do. Grant and I, my son, took a day where it was just us. And my daughter was supposed to do something with my wife, but she had COVID, so my daughter had to hang out. But that's the day she got sick, so she just hung out in the hotel room with my mom.
Worked out.
And there was a hurricane.
Yeah.
So the day before the hurricane, we went to Galaxy's Edge, pouring rain all day. And I got a Magic Band Plus.
Yeah.
I was like, we'll try out the Bounty Hunters game. And I thought my son would want to do it like once or twice. We did that thing 20 times. Now it's cool. So you have a band. You go up to this thing, you scan it. It gives you a picture of a person you're supposed to find. He's hidden behind a door somewhere in Galaxy's Edge. And your band, if you're going the right direction, it lights up green. But if you go the right direction, it lights up red. If you get to the right door, then it lights up purple.
Okay.
So you have to go around. So he's holding my wrist, guiding me around. He's loving it. He's just like, let's do it again. Let's do it again.
Yeah.
Well, we did it so many times. When you go back, you take your bounty back, and you put your hand on this thing, and this slot opens, and there's this guy's eyes. He's like, oh, good job on your first bounty. Here's 500 credits or whatever. We did it so much that we made it to the last guy. It was like a video game. We made it to the end boss, who was DJ from The Last Jedi. Remember that guy? Yeah. Grant's like, ooh, who's DJ? I'm like, you don't need to know. We don't talk about that movie. We go back and the guy's like, congratulations. You are now officially part of the Bounty Hunters Guild. So for the rest of the day, he was going around to all the cast members, everybody saying, hey, we're part of the guild. We're part of the Bounty Hunters Guild. And some of them were like, oh, wow, that's cool. And then some of them were like, what? And I'm like, come on, you work in here. You should know this stuff. So we did come across, now when Batu first opened, it was very magical. And it was very like you were in the story and everybody that worked there was in the story. Now, not so much. There's some cast members who are like, yeah, I'm from this planet and I work here for Oga and stuff. And then there's a bunch of them that are just like, what is this Star Wars? I don't understand. I'm just a college kid. You could tell they're a college kid and they got put there. And I'd be like, yeah, I make kyber crystals. And someone would be like, oh, that's so cool. And some of them were like, oh, I've got some.
Nice.
I saw my friend that's always finds me when I'm there. She's like, I didn't know you were going to be here. And I'm like, I sort of snuck in this time. She's like, I still have your kyber crystals. She pulled them out. And then some people were like, what's a kyber crystal? I'm like, come on.
That's crazy.
You work here on Batu. So, yeah. So it was crazy. It was, they did start Phantasmic.
Nice.
When I was there, and I got an email saying DVC members could come watch it for a special DVC thing. So I went on to get a reservation for the park. There was none. So I had to get a reservation for Epcot.
Oh my.
Went to Epcot. Walked in the gate. Turned right around and walked out the exit to go to Hollywood Studios. If that doesn't tell you the reservation system is broken, I don't know what will. Because then I just walked right into Hollywood Studios.
Yeah. But it's not going away. That's the thing. It's like they just announced these new prices for single day, and when you buy a ticket, you are buying it for that park.
Yeah.
And it could be a different price, but you're making that reservation right then and there, which is
it's
definitely not going anywhere. But they need to fix the park hopping situation, right? And not force you to have to go over and come and then hop over,
I think they should be like, okay,
because again, sorry,
go ahead.
The idea is that after 2:00 you can go wherever you want to, right?
Yeah, they should make it. You make a park pass from opening to 2:00, right? And then after 2:00, all the parks open.
Yeah,
you can just make a reservation for wherever.
Because that's what they're doing. I mean, I don't think they've ever hit a capacity at 2:00 anywhere. They probably have. I say that, and they probably have, but and they may during Christmas, right? But for the most part, they should be able to do that.
Yeah, it's broken. So I went, did all that jazz, and I got over there, and you had to get a band to go to the special DVC thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, do I need to go over there right now? Or I have time to walk around? He's like, you got time. Look, he goes, he pulls up his thing. He's just got tons of these bands. He's like, nobody knew about this. There's just not people here to watch it. And when I got there,
your video, it seemed like you had a good seat. So
yeah, I was like right down front. Yeah, because there wasn't hardly anybody there.
That's awesome.
So I got to walk around Galaxy's Edge a little bit and then head over. The show was really good. It did have a technical something in the middle of it, where in the middle of the show, the lights came on, everything shut down, and they're like, "We're sorry, we will try to get it back operating soon." And everybody's like, "Really?" And I was filming it. I was doing a live stream, and then when that happened, I just shut it off. I'm like,
yeah.
But I did do a clip for TikTok, iamGEEKshow on TikTok, that showed how the Magic Band Plus works with the show.
Yeah.
So when a villain or something come out, it would change to their color and it would vibrate and stuff. And that Magic Band Plus was cool. I liked it a lot more than I thought I would. But Fantasmic was fantastic. Had a few new scenes. I thought they all fit in well. I mean, they brought in like Frozen and Moana. Moana was cool because she walked out sort of on the water and did a little thing, which was cool. Then an Aladdin scene that he climbed up and swung around. Sorry, but I liked it a lot. And they gave out free ice cream for the DVC people.
That's always good. Yeah.
Yeah, so free ice cream bars for everybody. So it was good. I liked it. And then the park was already closed by then. But when we walked out, all the shops, or most of the shops were still open.
Nice.
Which is weird. So I just walked in some shops.
Well, I mean, they're not going to pass up a chance.
Yeah, I got to get that money. But again, the Magic Band Plus is cool. We went on the Haunted Mansion. My daughter didn't. She likes the Haunted Mansion, but she doesn't like the stretching room. For some reason, I guess it goes all dark in there.
Yeah.
So they let us bypass that. We got to go behind the scenes.
Nice.
To the servants' quarters, which was a hallway that looked like servants' quarters, and it had all these bell things on it and stuff. And bypassed that, and the whole time you're on it, your magic band is red, beating like the heart of the bride.
Oh wow!
That's cool. It's like it was really cool. So that was cool. So we had a good time. I had a good time with Derek Frank. We got to hang out Disney Springs some. I tried to get him to buy a lightsaber. He's like, I'm not gonna go to the lightsaber case. I'm like, dude, you gotta go over there. I made him like hold a bunch of lightsabers. He's like, you're so bad for me. I'm like, I know. We tried out paddlefish.
Yeah.
It was okay.
Didn't care for it?
It was okay. It wasn't the ambiance I thought it would be.
Sure.
And if you don't like fish, it stinks in there. It smells like seafood. My kids are like holding their noses.
Yeah.
Like, it stinks in here. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Trying to think of any other notable things. We rode a lot of rides.
Go to Animal Kingdom?
Oh, don't get me started.
Oh, no.
We were supposed to go to Animal Kingdom the day after my wife found out she had COVID.
Gotcha.
So we didn't get to go because there was a big scare. We'll get into that.
I guess. Yeah, I remember.
I got one of those shields from the Star Cruiser. My cousin got me one for like $10. And then when I went back to Hollywood Studios for Fantasmic, I went to Galaxy's Edge, and that day they started. If you bought a lightsaber, you got a shield for free. They must have
trying to get rid of
trailers of these things.
People will buy these. Is what they thought.
Yeah, people thought they would pay $150 for them, which is how much they cost.
That's ridiculous.
And now they can't even give them away.
I did see that their numbers are declining, people staying there, because it's like all the people rushed to go do it that could afford to go.
Yeah.
And now it's starting to like thin out of, there's all this availability now, and
they're canceling dinner. It's like going down to one dinner time instead of two.
Wow.
Derek and I have been talking.
There you go.
We're gonna get on there as influencers, because you know how influential we are. He's gonna work his magic.
Yes. It'll be interesting if they make any changes because of that, But because that's one of the things we keep saying is like, oh, they keep raising prices, blah blah blah, and we keep going, right? But we've always said too, if people would just stop going, they'd make a change. So maybe they'll make a change in the Halcyon, the Star Cruiser.
I'm afraid the change will be bad though, and it will just be a hotel, and they will get rid of all the actors. They'll get rid of all that stuff.
Yeah,
and it'll just not be the same.
Yep.
I don't know, but it was a fun trip, but it was a stressful trip, and I think that is sort of sad to say, but what Disney parks are now. It's not a really. Don't tell you that. It's not really a magical trip anymore. It's a stressful trip. You'll still have fun, but it's going to be a pain.
Yeah.
Which is sad.
And some of that can depend on how you do the parks too, right? And in some ways, like what's your expectations, what backup plans you have. If you have little kids, if you don't have little kids, if I don't know. I'm trying to think through what we're going to do and not be stressed out about it when we go in December, which I know it's going to be crazy, but
I mean, used to you could be like, let's go over here and do this, let's go over to that, and now it's like, you can't do that unless you have this certain pass, or you have this reservation, or you have this 180 days ahead of time, or whatever it is. And it's just like, there's a big no, like, used to it's like, let's figure out, let's help you have your magical day, and now it's like, oh, you didn't plan. Sorry, you don't get the magical day you wanted because you didn't plan far enough ahead or buy all the extras. So, it's. I mean, I noticed that a lot more this trip than in past trips.
Sure.
That it was more like used to Disney World, at least, would be like they wouldn't just bow to your every whim, but they would bend over backwards to make your day magical. And now it's like, and now it's sort of the roles were sort of reversed. It's just like, we're not here. You should have planned better. Sorry, you didn't play. We still had fun though. There was some magical things. The day we were supposed to go to Animal Kingdom that we couldn't go. I was like, well, what can we do? What can I do with the kids? How can I keep these, 7 and 5-year-old busy? So we went to miniature golf.
Yeah.
We went to
Which one did you go to?
Winter Summerland, because there's a lot of shade there.
Yeah.
The other one, sunny.
No, there's nothing there. Yeah.
Yeah. So we went there, and I thought the kids would like the Santa Claus theme and everything.
Yeah, that's what we're planning on doing.
It was fun.
I need to. You can make reservations ahead of time, and I was trying to decide if that's what day we're going to do it, and if we really wanted to do it, because you get free passes if you have a package.
Okay.
In a regular resort.
I don't think you'll need to make reservations. We just walked up.
Yeah. So
there was nobody there. We walked up, but it was like when the winds and stuff had started. So like it was like playing in the rough, because there was like leaves and stuff everywhere. It's like, you gotta hit around those. You gotta.
It was a challenge. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a challenge. So we played the first course. We played the winter course.
Okay.
And then I went up, and the kids wanted to play the other course. And I was like, how much is it to play the same course? And they're like, oh, you get 25% off the second course. And I was like, oh, I don't know. And the guy was like, just go for free.
Nice.
Here's another ball. Yeah. I was like, oh, it's a little magic touch, finally.
Yeah.
So we got to play both courses. And so that was fun. The kids didn't understand why the balls would disappear at the end of the course.
I'm
like, they're gone. It's end.
Yeah.
This sort of speaks again to sort of the state of Disney parks right now. It was a bit in disrepair.
Oh no.
Yeah, there was one time, one hole that we all had to go get new balls. Because it's the one where it looks like the North Pole, and your ball goes up in it, and then it drops out. But one person's ball dropped out and went into this big overgrown bush. And I'm like, don't put your hand in there.
Probably an alligator or snake.
Yeah, and then you would hit it back, and there was a big crack in the pole thing. It swallowed the ball up, and you couldn't get it out. No. There was a lot of holes where the mechanical things on it were not working. Yeah, you could.
Well, let me ask you this then. Of course, I've actually never done that course. We've always done the Fantasia Gardens or whatever it is, and because it's easier to get to, especially if you don't have a vehicle, right? You can get there a little bit easier. But I mean, they said from what I've read, you can still take a bus and they'll take you there if you ask them. You can
take a bus to Blizzard Beach,
right?
And it's right next door. It's basically the same parking lot.
It's currently closed.
No, it's open now.
Oh, it's open now. I thought it was okay.
It's open, and Typhoon Lagoon is closed.
Okay. So, but I'm trying to think would it be better just to go to the other one with those issues, or should we try the different course?
I bet both courses have those issues.
Yeah. Well, the other one was
still fun.
There's not much to the other one, right?
Yeah.
It's like it looks like a regular golf course, but it's putt.
It wasn't every hole, but because I've played it before, I would be like, oh, that used to, like the train used to go around the Christmas tree. Now it's just sitting there, and that used to do that. We still had fun. Okay. I would recommend going to that course if you've done the other one and not done that course.
Yeah, what I was thinking about doing is maybe the day we go to Animal Kingdom, go that way, or because they close earlier than the other parks, right? So it's like, what do we do? Well, we go putt. That's what we're going to do. So we don't have dinner reservations that night. So
my daughter got her first hole-in-one.
Nice,
like a legit hole-in-one. And she was not playing good. One of them, she just hit it just right. Now. And it was just like, hole-in-one. I'm like, what? We all got hole-in-ones, but that was like her first one. So that was a 5-year-old.
Special.
Regular Tiger Woods.
That's right.
Trying to think of anything else on the trip. We went to the Polynesian.
Yeah.
Twice just to eat. First time we went, we just ate at Captain Cook's. I was wondering, I'm like, are they going to let us in just to eat the quick service? Because sometimes they won't let you in the parking lot.
Oh, because y'all drove there. Yeah. Gotcha.
Sorry. And I was like, pulled up, I was like, hey, we just wanted to see about eating dinner here. And he was like, where? And I go, Captain Cook's. And he's like, oh, yeah, go ahead. Nice. I was like, oh.
That's different. Yeah.
So I went to Captain Cook's, and then got Dole Whip. And then there was another night, and I was like, what are we going to eat tonight? And I'm like, I mean, Polynesian has Dole Whip. And this time it's a little later. Trader Sam's is open. So we went back and sat on the patio with the Hawaiian music guy playing his ukulele. And I got the tacos and a drink with a tiki mug, but it was a non-alcoholic drink because I have the palate of a child and don't like the taste of alcohol. So I got the Pearl. Okay. Yeah. And then that was the night where my daughter wasn't feeling that great. But she was feeling fine until we got there, and then she was sort of getting run down. Mm-hmm. So my mom went to get Dole Whip for Grant. And she asked, can we just get like a little bite of Dole Whip in a little cup for his sister that's not feeling well? And they brought out another whole one, and they're like, these are on Mickey, and they gave them to us for free.
Nice. Yeah, you got some magic.
Yeah, so two magic times. Neither one of them in a park, but.
Well, I mean, it's something.
Yeah, it's something.
That's good.
I guess they thought they could get away with it because they're away from the cameras of the parks. Chapek watching them. Right. What? Who's giving the free stuff away? But so there's two magical things. So we got to go there twice, which is fun. I like going there and just hanging out. Sitting.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that because we have our last night we're there on our trip coming up. We've got a dinner at Ohana, and it's a Magic Kingdom party day, so we know we have to leave early. And I've got a dinner at Ohana, and I was like, we can go and explore the monorail hotels because we eat at like right at 7, so we can we'll probably end up leaving the parks early because it's just going to start getting crazy at 4 when all those party people start coming in, right? Because we're going to get there early, leave early. So maybe go back to our hotel for a while and then come back. And but we're taking somebody that's never been before, so we want to go to of course Contemporary and Grand Floridian and see the gingerbread houses or house, I guess, and then explore the Polynesian with her. So I think that'll be fun for her and our family too. I mean, we enjoy being there and kind of relaxing. It's a relaxing time to be at the resorts, I guess, than being at a park. So looking forward to that.
Oh, cool. I'm looking forward to hearing all about your trip, and I hope it has very magical.
Yes, it
times.
Will. It must.
It must. Yeah, so I'm hoping to go back for May the 4th, just because of Star Wars. I don't know when we'll go back because we also had to buy tickets for our kids. We couldn't get them annual passes. Yeah, and that's expensive.
Sure.
Yeah. Oh, one of the best days of our trip, though, we went to Legoland. I forgot about this.
I totally forgot about that.
The trip was so long. It was fantastic.
It's a different experience for sure.
Let me tell you. No lines. Walked on literally everything.
Yep.
Like didn't wait in the line at all.
Yeah.
My kids love Legos, so they were just like in love with it.
Yeah.
The rides were actually fun.
Yeah. Yeah, they're good. We did the Ninjago ride over and over again when we were there that one time. Yeah, which we couldn't figure it out. We were trying to do something, and we weren't doing the right angle or something.
I was waxing on, waxing off. Let me tell you, that was fun. They had a ride like Soarin'. I don't know if they had that there when you were there. From the Lego movie.
Yeah, I don't know if it was there.
Everything is awesome.
Or I don't remember. Yeah.
So it's like a little version of Soarin'.
It may have been broken down because the time we were there were a few things that were broken down and it was raining. So
let me tell you, my mom hated Soarin' ride. She doesn't like Soarin'. We made her go on it.
What?
It made me a little nauseous because it wasn't like as high tech as Soarin'.
Oh, I see. Not Soar. I got you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I kind of remember that. Maybe I've seen it on a video, but I don't know that. I don't think we wrote it, so I guess it's.
They had some roller coasters that were fun.
Yeah, the dragon.
Oh yeah, the dragon was fun. It had like a dark ride within a roller coaster.
Yeah.
We couldn't figure out though. Every scene, like this is a medieval castle.
Yeah. And
every scene had disco balls.
Where did they get the disco balls?
I don't know if they're like decorating for Christmas or what was going on.
And the important question is, did you have apple fries?
Let me tell you, did I have apple fries? Those things were freaking amazing. They're so good.
They are good.
Like we got them when we were leaving the park because I saw it on the way in. I'm like, oh, we'll get them later. We never got back around there until the end. Man, they're good stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to expect, but it was just like eating an apple pie without the crust.
Yeah. Yep.
Good stuff. They had this fire. Did you do the fire engine ride? I guess you did.
Yeah. They have one of those, I think at Dollywood too. I want to say somewhere else had that. Yeah, where you have to work to.
Yes. and my kids kept wanting to go on it. I think I went on it 3 times. And I'm the only one doing it. I'm like, well, you got to help me. It's like, you got it. We're going to steer. You're like, you're not steering. There's no steering. It's a fake steering wheel. You got to pump.
You got to do some work. Yeah. You know what? I'm thinking of a different ride. There's a water ride that I think they have at both places. It's similar that like you're riding and you shoot this gun. Oh my gosh. You're firing this water cannon.
Oh, I saw that. We saw that at the very end and it was like, I don't want to get soaking wet right now. So we didn't go on that one. But it's like an hour drive back to Disney.
Yeah, it's a bit of a drive. We enjoyed the time there, but that fire truck was hard. But everything else we did a couple times. Did you all do the medieval horses that go around in the circle?
We didn't. We got to that part Charlie's sort of end of the day because it closed like so early.
Yeah. So
we didn't get to the horses.
Did you look at all the Star Wars Legos there outside that they had set up?
Yeah,
that was pretty cool. Yeah,
I like their big like Lego world that they had set up. That was cool.
Yeah, it's a neat place, especially if you like Legos. It's worth going to.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. It was very.
But you want to have a kid there because it definitely is a kids park. You'll just walk around as an adult.
If you don't have a kid there with you, you'll be like that guy at the castle.
Yeah,
like, hey, lady, sign my book. Where's all the cute ladies hanging out at Legoland? Like Miss Moms. Anyways, so it's fun. I had a blast at Legoland. We had a good trip. I mean, but my wife, I don't think she wants to go back anytime because she had COVID. And
that didn't help.
It's like she didn't get to do anything. And then when she did get to do stuff, it was just stressful. But we all everybody had said they had fun at Legoland. So that was good. But she thinks that might be where she got COVID. And I'm like, I don't know. Maybe
their protocols are not so.
Nobody's protocols are.
Yeah. I mean,
Disney's is horrible.
Yeah.
Like it's just dirty. And they're just like, cram in there. I'm like, I don't want to.
All the available see that's what I'm not looking forward to, I guess, is the last time we went was 2020 when you had 6 feet between everybody and then you could ride your own Skyliner and all
plexiglass between people.
Yeah. So it'll be a different experience.
We'll end the show with this. So a while back we had one of the creators, I guess you would say, of Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway on the show.
Yeah.
And he said that there was a hidden character or hidden something that you could only see like once every 6 weeks or something crazy like that.
Ever so many rides, right?
Yeah, saw it.
Nice.
Winchester gave me the tip. He said, "Go." He goes, "When you go on there, ask the dude in charge. It's Nessie, the Loch Ness monster, is in the pond at the end of the ride where Mickey and Minnie are playing and singing nothing."
Yeah.
He can see a shadow swim underwater. So when we lucked out and we had like the first row, so the operator was there, and I was like, "Is it true that Nessie can sometimes be seen on this ride?" And he's like, "Sometimes Nessie can be seen." And then lo and behold, when we got around to that part, I'm looking, and there goes Nessie.
Nice.
So I guess he hooked me up. So yeah, so ask for Nessie, and maybe you'll get to see Nessie. So you got to ask when you go.
Yeah.
You better go on that ride.
Well, I hope so. That's the plan. We have our Genie Plus already reserved. So
if your son will get out of the hotel room and go,
he will go.
Just bring me back a pretzel. I'm going to hang out here in the room.
He's excited. He's been doing some extra walking and getting ready, getting his legs ready. Cool.
All right. Well, I think unless you have anything else, we'll wrap it up for the night.
I don't think so.
My voice is going. This has been episode 257 of I Am Geek. And we'll be back with you next week with something fun, something new, and of course, say it with me now, something geeky.
Something geeky. Bye-bye. There it is. Coughing up a lung.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody's still with us on YouTube or not. If you're here, say hello.
Say hello.
It says there's 3 people on my end, but I don't know.
What's up? Sorry. Oh yeah.
Look at this, YouTube. This is my favorite thing I got. Look, there's Ghostbusters. Oh, Private Curator. I'm glad you're still here. You gotta text me, Kyber Curator. Tell me what you think of this. If you're still here, tell me what you think of that. I want to know. Fall of the count. I'd like to get feedback before I probably won't release it for a little while, but I'm going to do this shape for Fall of the Count, and I'm probably going to do this shape for another one. But I won't say what it is yet.
Mysterious.
Mysterious. This will be the start of a new series of crystals that I have. I'll tell you about it later.
You're going to have a yaddle?
Good. I can make one.
Yeah.
Yaddle. Spoiler alert. Good. That's not the one I'm going to make. That's not the other one. Text sent. He says, I hate it.
Yeah.
No, he didn't say that. What if he did say that? What if I picked it up? He's like,
unfriend.
He's like, that's the dumbest crystal I've ever seen.
Unfollow.
Who do you think you are?
We'll have to figure out next week. I'm about to head out of town tomorrow if everybody stays healthy. And then,
I forgot next week's Thanksgiving.
Next week's the big day for the turkey.
Gobble gobble.
Gobble gobble. And then so we
might not be on next week.
Well, I mean, I'll be here Monday, Tuesday. Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday I'll head back to Arkansas. So if we wanted to do something earlier, we could. And I'm a little more flexible on time then too.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
I mean, it may just be you and me. Depends on how the lasers coming.
You know, technically, Chris has not been on the show for the past like three episodes now, I guess, because he's been Skella host Skella has been on in his place instead.
So we just kick him off.
I mean, I guess that's what's happening. I mean, there was one point where I was thinking, I was like, should we just at this point say see you in 2023? You know, because it's gonna start getting crazy for me. You know, I'll be going on a trip, and then probably the night before we leave on our trip is a Thursday, so I'm not sure what's going to happen that night because we got to go pick up somebody. I don't have many Thursdays left between them, so we'll see.
That's true. I don't know.
May have one here and there. We need to keep going, even if we just do a quick one.
Yeah,
not quick. Well,
shall we?
A viewer on Facebook as well. They didn't comment, but somebody.
Oh, that was me.
Oh, was it you? There you go. Never mind then. Get them views up.
I was just checking in to see if anybody else commented.
Yeah. No, they didn't. One of the things I need to do is add you as a team member in Melon, and you'll have a different view, and you'll be able to host a show if I'm not here. So host a show as far as Melon goes.
Okay.
I can show you how to do it sometime. So sure. Go live with Melon. Anyways, I guess we can say bye.
I'm just sitting here texting, sorry.
No, it's all right. Trying to think if there's anything else going on. I gotta watch Andor. I didn't watch last week's or this week's yet.
I finally got a Spider-Man Funko Pop. I saw this when I was in Target 15 billion times on this trip getting medicine for people. Look at that Spider-Man.
Oh, weird.
Isn't that cool? His eyes sort of come through.
Like 3D almost in the eyes, right? Is that what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like the yellow's like sort of clear.
Like goggles or something. Yeah.
You can see his eyes through it. I was like, that's a cool Spider-Man. I don't have a Spider-Man Funko Pop.
What does it say? Something suit? What is it? But it's on the side.
Oscorp suit.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, so I saw that. I'm like, it's pretty cool. I want that.
Mm-hmm.
So I just put it in with the buggy with all the medicine and Gatorades.
I didn't tell you what Charles is getting for Christmas.
Ooh.
An electronic drum set.
Oh, no.
It's electronic.
Oh, okay, good. You're very specific today.
Yeah. I was like, there's no way we were going to have a real drum set in our house. But
so he wants to play the drums, huh?
He does. He's been interested, and I found a good deal on this brand I've never heard of, but a lot of good reviews. It seems to be a brand.
Sorry.
It seems to be an up-and-coming kind of almost like Rogue, but a little bit better maybe. I don't know, but they make all kinds of stuff, so I'm interested. But
the old Rogue.
But yeah. So
musician's friend?
Hopefully.
Friend? No. Yes.
Yes. Or musician's friend, yeah. I have a bass that I got that's Rogue. It's a good bass. But
sorry.
There is a mute button, right?
I muted it. Did it on mute?
No. You may have to. Oh, you! I forgot you have your own. I was thinking you may have to mute it in the software. I don't know.
I'm not muted right now?
No.
Oh, no.
It worked the other night when we did that podcast, but because I noticed you coughing.
Why is it on muting?
I don't know.
I'm hitting the mute button on my mic.
Well, you didn't get my text. I needed you to check your mic because I think you might be on the wrong mic. Yeah, it's loud. it almost sounds like it's on your screen. Can you look on the if you click the arrow beside the microphone button on the screen and see what it says for microphone?
Yeti stereo microphone.
Okay, that's weird. Yeah,
That's so. I thought I was muting myself the whole time when I was coughing. Should have said you're not muted.
Well, I didn't talk during it, so I should be able to cut it out. So if I can find it. Now you're muted.
I would have done it on screen if I'd have known that. I'm like sitting here like, oh, I'm just going to mute myself and cough for a minute.
Sorry.
And I didn't even mute myself. What's the point of the mute button on the mic?
It worked the other night because I saw you do it when we had that other podcast. So I don't know why it didn't work here.
Oh, the curator plays electric drums.
Nice. Yeah, this one's not an Alesis. It's the brand is called Donner. Again, never heard of it. Read a lot of reviews on Amazon about it, and not Amazon, on YouTube. Watched some reviews, and it looked and sounded good. So I mean, they were paid reviews, I'm sure, but I don't know. It'll be a good starter set. It's not breaking the bank. So there, he's muted. Oh,
I'm so embarrassed now. I'm sitting there coughing up my lungs. Hacking up stuff, thinking I'm muted. Nobody can hear me.
Sorry, no, I don't. I
was wondering why you're laughing.
Yeah, I'll cut them out. It's not a big deal.
That's why.
Yep.
Oh well.
It's all good.
Boom, boom.
But yeah, I got a whole band upstairs now. I've got a bass and electric and acoustic up there, and we'll just need a microphone. Cool. Microphone. You put this up there.
I just need to come there. We can jam out.
Yeah.
Oh, Kyra, you'll appreciate this. So, I have like a bunch of orders for the Skystone thing. So I made a bunch of them before I went on the trip, but I didn't have time to like finish them. So I'm like, okay, they're pretty much done, but I'll finish them when I get back. So I came back, and the middle section of them, this sort of clear part, didn't sit. So it was like you could just bend it like in half, like just bend it. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. So I had to start all over.
Oh no.
So these people are probably like, where's my crystal? And I'm like, I thought I had them done.
Laser broke.
But for some reason that middle section did not sit, and it was just like rubber. It was just like bend. I'm like, oh, back to square one. I'm glad that I made it because it's cool, but I wish I hadn't. It's way hard. This one is one of the hardest ones I've done, and it's so annoying. I don't know. It may be a one batch and done thing. Cool. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, all right. Well, my voice is really giving to Kyra Raider. Let's chat sometime. Like actual chat, not just
chatting.
Talk, not just see your words on the screen, but actually talk. And we'll figure out what we're doing for the holidays coming up.
Yep.
And
gotta click that like and subscribe and that bell.
Smash. Yeah. All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.